And we are back. The 2026 NFL season is underway as the preseason has officially kicked off. And today, the New York Giants are playing their first preseason game of the 2026 season and of the John Harbaugh era. Yes, the Giants are at home at MetLife Stadium. I wish I could be there, but I can't be. So I'm here giving you guys the live play-by-play and reaction instead. And I'm really excited to sit down over the next few hours, watch this game and discuss this game, do the play-by-play, and just have a whole bunch of fun. We've got Odell Beckham Jr. expected to play a significant amount of snaps. The starters, most of them at least, are going to be on the field for the beginning of the game. We'll see how long they play, but yes, we will be seeing some Jackson Dart action. The starting receivers today include Darius Slayton, Malachi Fields, and Darnell Mooney, but we'll see how that rotation goes all game long. And of course, we have a great kicker battle to watch with Dominic Zavada and Ben Sauls, seeing who gets more kicks and who does better. We've also got the cornerback room to keep an eye on with Deonte Banks and Colton Hood and all of these other players who are competing for roster spots and depth chart spots. So this is going to be a really fun one. I can't wait for this. I'm super excited. And let me know how you guys are feeling. Come on, drop some W's in the chat if you're excited for the facts that Odell Beckham Jr. is back in Giants blue. Drop a W if you're back, if you're excited for football season to be back. This is an exciting time. And so I'm really hyped. What's up, everybody in the chat? NATO was first up. Not surprising. What's up, NATO? Rescue Ops going to be at the Miami game next week. Definitely come find me. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. That's cool. And I'll be around, and I'll definitely want to meet up with you and anybody else who's at that game. Can't wait for that too. What's up, Lo-Fi Lotus? Good to see you back in here. Watching the game at MetLife with your reaction in my ears, section 235. That's incredible. Awesome. Enjoy the game in person and, take it all in. Odell Beckham Jr.'s return. So that's awesome. Appreciate you tuning in from the stadium. That's really cool. NYGFL, it's football season. Yes, it is. Thank God. It was a long wait. The World Cup held us over for a little while, but I'm not really a big baseball guy, and the middle of the baseball season isn't too thrilling anyway, so we really needed football back on our televisions. Final Visions, I don't know of any streaming sites. I'm just using NFL Plus. Big W, Colton. What's up? This is Anthony, not Alex, but what's up anyway? LFG. We got some LFGs in the chat. Let's go. I'm super excited. Game is kicking off in 8 minutes. If you guys haven't seen, there's been some footage shown on Twitter of our guy Odell Beckham Jr. in pregame warmups. I'm actually going to just, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and show you guys that. If you guys do hear any squeaking, if you do see me looking back a lot, if you do see me getting up to handle something, if you guys aren't familiar with what's going on in my life recently, I adopted a puppy, and he's unruly. He's a lot. His behavior is a little bit erratic, and he loves to play, and so he might be squeaking on toys. And if it gets bothersome, let me know, and I'll do something about it. But it is what it is. Raise it a puppy. What's up? Let's go Giants. Appreciate you. Thank you for the respect, and thank you for the love. What's up? What's up? All right, hold on. Let me handle the puppy real quick. Okay, I think we're good. Nope, we're not good. 1 second, guys. Anyway, I figured I'll let him say hi to you all. Oh, he just punched me in the face. Saw that? This is Romeo. This is the new puppy, and he's here to watch the Giants game in the background and play with his toys while I do the play-by-play. But that's the situation. He's only 3 months old, so he's very erratic. Yeah, he's the latest Fireside mascot. Nelson, when the game starts, I'm going to update on the WNBA basketball because the Liberty are playing the same time as the New York Football Giants. Sounds good. Appreciate the updates. Thank you, Cruz on. Giants on top. I certainly hope so this year. You know who I think is going to really stink this year is the Washington Commanders. I think they're going to be really bad, man. I know they signed Stephon Diggs, but nah, man. I don't think they're going to be very good. I think that team is just – it's got holes everywhere, in my opinion, defensively especially. I don't know. I am going to get him a jersey. I think I'm going to get him a little Jackson Dart jersey. Romeo says, hi, Karen. He's scratching his head right now. But anyway, guys, yeah, we're 5 minutes away from game time. Super excited. Yeah, I wouldn't have been upset with Stephon Diggs at all. I think that would have been pretty cool. But a lot of off the field stuff with with Stephon Diggs, that's for sure. But hey, the Giants were in on Terry and Arnold, so If you're interested in Terry and Arnold, why weren't you interested in Stephon Diggs, right? Looks like Cam Scatterbo is with the second team today, according to Pat Leonard during pregame warmups. It was Tyrone Tracy Jr. behind Jackson Dart, Scatterbo behind Jameis Winston. Interesting. Guess Tyrone Tracy Jr. is the starter right now. All right, let me show you guys the clip that was posted of Odell Beckham Jr. during pregame warmups. Here you guys. Not sure if you're able to see it. I think you are. Yeah, there you go. That's OBJ during pregame warmups. Really excited about this. I mean, I wish he was wearing 13, but I'm not going to lie to you guys. I think 3 looks pretty good on him. If you didn't notice, I've got my 13 on today. I'm wearing an Odell jersey. Seemed fitting. His first game back in a Giants uniform since 2018. I can't believe it's been this long. Nearly a decade. But now he's got hopefully one last successful season with the Giants before he waltzes off into retirement. The Last Dance. Shout out to Michael Jordan. They keep showing Braxton Berrios. I don't care to see Braxton Berrios. Although Braxton Berrios, guys, technically is a starter for the New York Giants right now. He's a starter on special teams, that is. Yeah, I know Odell did wear 3 in college, but he's more iconic in 13. We just got to get Jalen Hyatt off this team more than anything. That's what I want. As you guys know, I'm not a fan of Jalen Hyatt. Yeah, I don't hate number 3. Again, he looks good in number 3, but it's just that number 13 is so, like I said, iconic. But all right, guys, who are you keeping an eye on in today's preseason matchup? Give me your top 3 players that you're watching. Who are you really into? Who are you keeping an eye on? I'm going to say Deonte Banks and Dominic Zavada are 2 of mine. I'm really curious about this kicker battle, and I'm really curious about this cornerback room. And there's a lot of positive buzz around Deonte Banks. If he goes out there, has a shutdown first drive, it's going to be pretty good. I'm also, of course, keeping an eye on Odell all game long. However long he's out there, I'm really excited. But let me just say the receiver core in general, because I can't wait to watch Malachi Fields as well. He'll be out there with the starters. He should get a target or 2 from Jackson Dart. And, that's something that I'm really thrilled to see. But, man, it's been a while since I've been live. I'm sorry it's been so long, guys. This offseason was really slow this year, and, it just made it a little bit tough to go live all the time. What are you doing, Romeo? He's tearing his bed apart, if you guys didn't see that. But, yeah, I'm excited to be live again doing the play-by-play. And, Arvell Reese, that's a good one. Definitely excited to watch Arvell today. Maui Noah as well. He'll be out there. I think Marcus Bowe is going to be the Giants' starting left tackle today. So they're not going to have Andrew Thomas playing. And yeah, guys, it's the first game of the John Harbaugh era. I would cut Jalen Hyatt. Nobody's going to trade for him. He has no production in the NFL. He's never proven that he can win at this level. I would just go ahead and cut him and move on. Save the $1 million that they would in cap space and give the roster spot to somebody who's more deserving. Hyatt's not even playing today, I don't think. I think he's hurt again. Shocker. He's like always hurt. I can't stand it. If the guy isn't hurt, then he's playing like crap and complaining. He does that a lot. Anytime the ball's in the air, he's got to complain about it. How he's getting bumped on his route or held during the catch. He's always looking for a flag. All right, let's go ahead and give a quick shout out to the sponsor of today's live stream, which is Prize Picks, before we dive into the play-by-play, since we are a minute away from game time. If you guys haven't heard about Prize Picks yet, it's America's #1 sports picks app. It's super easy to use. All you do is pick more or less on a few of your favorite player stats, and you lock in your lineup, of course. It is NFL season, so we can go over to NFL, and they should have some preseason games, some week 1 games in there. These are week 1. I know that they do have preseason on the phone app. I don't know if they have it on the desktop, but guys, definitely do check out Prize Picks. Like I said, super easy to use. It's available in most states, including California, Texas, and Florida. And you can follow people on Prize Picks. You can follow me at Anthony Rivardo. You can tail all my picks and lineups before I even post them here on the channel or do them live. You could tail me. So a lot of fun. And like I said, very easy to use, very accessible. And right now, if you sign up using code HMA, you will get $150 in lineups if you win when you play your first $5 lineup. So use code HMA in the link in the description. Play your first $5 lineup, get $150 in lineups if you win with code HMA in the link down below in the description. Like I said, very easy to use, more, less on a few of your favorite player stats, and you lock in your lineup. Very fun. So definitely enjoy Prize Picks. Check it out down below, and remember to always play responsibly. All right. Now that it is officially 1 o'clock, I'm getting my live stream set up here. It's supposed to be on NFL Plus, right? How do I get it up here on NFL Plus, though? Let's go to NFL Plus. Stream is up. All right. Yes, there it is. I see it. Awesome. All right, they're doing the intro. I'm going to be turned to the side while I watch the game, and I'll try and look here to react. If you guys are okay with this setup, just let me know. If you got any feedback, obviously let me know that as well. But I'm going to be watching it on a second monitor that I installed just for the season so I can do more great live streams like this. My puppy flipped his bed over, and he's laying on the bottom of the bed. Puppies. I like this little intro they're playing for the Giants. Bill Parcells quote in there. Man, I wish I was at MetLife right now. I'm thinking of going to that week 2 game versus the Rams in LA. It's a Monday night game. We'll see. Who's going to week 1? Comment down below. If you are going to be at week 1, MetLife versus Dallas. Prime time. Bob Papa, Carl Banks, and Phil Simms in the broadcast booth today. That's cool that Phil Simms is here now. What's up, Sam? Good to see you. Just a heads up, next weekend, I won't be live for the game because I'm going to be at the game. It's down in Miami. They're playing the Dolphins next Saturday afternoon, so I'm going to be there, and I'm really excited for it. They're showing Arvell Reese on the sideline. Bro just looks like an absolute menace. Can't wait to watch him play. I think he's going to be a killer, a demon. New offense as well. That's something I'm going to be keeping an eye on. How much under center is there? How much pre-snap motion, play action, all of that fun stuff. I think Jackson Dart is super talented, but there are certainly areas of his game where I want to see him improve, particularly playing in the pocket, playing in structure and in rhythm. I think that playing under center should help him with all of those things. Great legs, great ability to play make, great pocket presence, but just got to be more comfortable staying in the pocket. Brian Burns not playing. Javon Holland not playing. Andrew Thomas, Shelby Harris, DJ Reader, Tremaine Edmonds not playing. Kick is up and away from Ben Sauls, and it's fielded around the 2-yard line. Vikings return man takes it across the 20 and is tackled around the 29-yard line. And we will get our first glimpse of the Minnesota Vikings' new offense. And for the Giants defense, starting at defensive tackles, Josh Tupou, Leaky Fotu, and Darius Alexander. Edges are Chauncey Golson, Abdul Carter. Linebackers, Arvell Reese, Micah McFadden. We've got Paulson Adebo starting at cornerback opposite Greg Newsome. And we've got Tyler Nubin and Ardarius Washington starting at safety. Kyler Murray is under center for the Minnesota Vikings. It's a crisp 80 degrees up in New Jersey. Jordan Addison in motion. Kyler's going to hand it off left side. And there's a crease there and a first down and then some for the Minnesota Vikings. Giants' run defense was really poor last year, something that they want to improve on this year. But on this wide zone run with the fullback lead blocking, some good patient running from the running back, and the tackle made by, I believe that is our Darius Washington after about a 15-yard gain. 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line for the Minnesota Vikings. Once again, Murray under center. Sends a man in motion. Play action. Quick pass out to the fullback in the flat for a gain of 2 yards. Deontay Banks and Tyler Nubin there on the tackle. Came blitzing off the edge was Kayvon Thibodeau, but he got chip blocked by a tight end, I believe. Vikings have a decent amount of starters out there as well. They've got Brian O'Neill. They've got Christian Darrisaw. They've got TJ Hawkinson, Jordan Addison, Jordan Mason, the running back. So bunch of starters out there for them. They're still in this 12 personnel. 2nd and 8. Murray under center once again from the 49-yard line. Another handoff to the left side, and he's immediately stuffed by none other than Arvell Reese. Came shooting through to make the play. The rookie 5th overall pick out of the Ohio State University making the tackle. Arvell Reese sighting early to make 3rd and 8. That's a gain of none. Tackle right at the line of scrimmage. Exciting stuff. And now we're going to get 3rd and 7. Kyler Murray is in the shotgun this time. His first shotgun snap of the game from the 49-yard line. Addison in motion. Murray drops back to pass. He's looking. He's throwing. And it looks like it might be incomplete. No, they're going to rule it a catch over on the sideline to Jordan Addison. A gain of about 10 and a first down. Rookie Colton Hood in coverage. Ball looked like it might have hit the ground. They're showing the replay now, but no, Jordan Addison got underneath it. It looked like it might have moved, but I think they're going to call that a catch. Big conversion there on 3rd and long for Kyler Murray and the Vikings offense. Murray back under center now with the fullback behind him. And there's a challenge flag thrown by John Harbaugh, the first challenge flag of the John Harbaugh era. He believes that was an incomplete pass. He's going to challenge the ruling, and we're going to see what happens. Yeah, so the Giants are challenging the ruling of a completed catch. I will say Addison came back for the ball. Wasn't the best throw from Kyler Murray. It was a little bit underthrown. Addison came back for it. And when he went to the ground, his hand was underneath it, but the ball did move. And it's hard to tell whether or not it dragged across the ground. It certainly moved, but I can't tell if it actually hit the ground or if it just moved on his arm. Colton Hood did challenge the reception as well, came diving down, but we'll have to see. But so far, Giants defense is getting beaten, I would say, by this Vikings offense. They moved the ball pretty solidly there. And that was a great catch by Addison if it is ruled a catch. But like I said, it's under review. So Giants challenging it. Guys, what's your takeaway so far from this first drive? Yeah, Charlie, I'd say decent coverage for Hood. I don't think that was bad coverage necessarily. He was there. He was in the vicinity, and he did try and challenge the ball. Didn't give up on the play, certainly. So came through and tried to make a play on it. Phil Simms thinks it's going to be incomplete. We'll see. Yeah, Dame Dalla, other than that first run, I think the defense played well. But I will say, can't give up 3rd and longs. Giants have had that issue before. Definitely want to make sure that they don't do that. I do think it's incomplete. And again, broadcast is giving credit to Colton Hood, just as I did. The ball was still there. It looked like it was caught. He could have just let it go, but he did dive to the ground to try and make a play on the ball. Didn't give up on the play, and he might have made the difference. What's up, Barry? Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Just want to say your input on Giants Collective is spot on. Defense will improve early yet. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Love doing Giants Collective. Shout out to Bad Dog. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Adriana. We have a great time over there. And yeah, I love talking Giants. So, Charlie, I agree. Arvell Reese does look like a monster. Aaron Gittins, thank you so much for the 1,000 Jewels GOAT trophy. You're the GOAT, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for joining me, and thank you for the gift. Yeah, refs are taking forever. Call stands. According to the referees, that was a completion. So the call stands on the field. Giants lose a timeout. They lose the challenge, and it's 1st and 10 for the Minnesota Vikings. Refs are blind. Looked incomplete to me, but it was close. It was kind of inconclusive. So 1st and 10. Minnesota Vikings, Kyler Murray back under center. Still in this heavy personnel package, 22. Or, 21 actually, sorry. Handoff is to the running back who's going to find a crease for a gain of about 5. Down at around the 38-yard line. Yeah, I didn't think that was a good call. Abdul Carter has his jersey folded up underneath his shoulder pads. He's rocking the crop top jersey. I don't think that's uniform legal. All right, Murray back under center now at the 38-yard line, 2nd and 6. Tight end comes in motion. Murray makes a change at the line of scrimmage. And he's going to hand it off once again. Another crease and a 1st down and then some. Arvell Reese finally drags him down. But the Vikings are now knocking on the door of the red zone up at around the 23-yard line after that run. Darius Alexander lost his rep for certain there. Not liking that, guys. Don't like that. All right, at the 23-yard line, Kyler Murray still under center. He's changing something at the line of scrimmage. Bunch formation to the right, and another handoff up the middle, and he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Great play made there by Darius Alexander and Kayvon Thibodeau to make the tackle right at the line of scrimmage for a gain of none. Alexander fought off a double team and held strong to clog that gap. And Kayvon came off the edge and made a nice tackle. Second and 9 now for the Minnesota Vikings. Kyler Murray in the shotgun. Drops back, hands it off. And a big crease there. Tackle made, though, for a gain of about 5 yards. That's Tupou and Arvell Reese combining for the tackle. Bring up 3rd and manageable for the Vikings offense. Arvell Reese has been all over the field thus far. Had that big tackle at the line of scrimmage earlier. Has made a couple more tackles since then. Third and 4, Kyler drops back to pass out of the shotgun. He's buying time. He's throwing, and the pass is dropped. It would have been a 1st down. In coverage, Micah McFadden or Darius Washington closed in, made it a difficult catch, but the pass should have been caught and ultimately was dropped. That's going to bring up 4th and 3, and the Vikings are bringing out the kicking unit. Way to go by the Giants defense. Bend, don't break. They hold the Vikings to a 3-point try. Giants rushed only 3 on that 3rd down, and they dropped everybody into coverage. Coverage made the play. 35-yard field goal attempt for the Minnesota Vikings is up, and it is good right down the uprights. Vikings take a 3-0 lead with 9:25 to go in the 1st quarter. So when we come back from the break, we will see the New York Giants offense take the field. Jackson Dart's going to be out there. We're going to get a good amount of the starters. And I'm sure we'll see Odell Beckham Jr. at some point too this drive, and I'm excited for that. All right, let's go through some of these chats. Aaron, you're my morning commute. Listen to work every day. You're definitely the GOAT Giants guru, my guy. Thank you so much, Aaron. That means a lot. I've been doing this for quite a while now and, just continuing to work on it and continuing to try and provide you guys with the best Giants analysis and content possible. It's my favorite thing to do. And it's people like you who show me the support and tune in daily that keep me going. So appreciate it, man. Thank you. James, I'm watching it on NFL Plus. I have a subscription. So watching that. Agor Anthony saying, hi, Ant. Odell giving a salute to the 3 movie. That's awesome. Guys, if you don't know, Anthony is a movie producer. Go check out 3. Anthony, drop it down in the chat where they can stream it, where they can find it, where they can rent it, all of that good stuff. But appreciate the super chat. Yeah, I got NFL Plus as well. Dame Dallas saying decent first drive. It wasn't bad. It was a bend, don't break drive. I would have liked to see them make that stop on 3rd and long. Personally, I think they did, and the refs kind of took it from them. But, Yeah, Juan, it might be on NBC NY, but I am in Florida, so I have to stream it through NFL Plus. And they've cut to commercial now. So, guys, give me your takeaways from that first drive. I'll say, think the run defense still needs some improvement. It looked like the defensive tackles on more than one occasion did get moved off the line of scrimmage. But I will say the backup defensive tackles are in. Shelby Harris and DJ Reader are both not playing today. So Giants defensive tackles are the second team getting a little bit worked at the line of scrimmage. But the Minnesota Vikings starting offensive line was out there. So you've got first teamers versus second teamers. Our second teamers not winning the job on this drive. But at the second level, I thought there were some good tackles made by the linebackers. McFadden was involved in 1 or 2, and Arvell Reese had a tackle at the line of scrimmage and a couple more past the line of scrimmage. So keeping an eye on that. Vice City, Tay Banks did okay. He had a tackle on that drive. Not too bad. All right, so we're back, and it's Reichard to kick it for the Minnesota Vikings. Braxton Berrios is the man deep to return as the Giants' starting kick returner. Kickoff is up, and it's going to be fielded. I believe that's Deontay Banks taking it, and he's up and down around the 27-yard line. Not a lot there. Good coverage by the Minnesota Vikings special teams. And out comes Jackson Dart for his snaps of year 2 of his career in the preseason. 24 total touchdowns last year for the rookie quarterback. That led all rookies. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for him. Scadaboo is out there with him. Theo Johnson's the tight end. Pat Ricard is out there. Giants are in a heavy personnel package. They're in 21 with 2 running backs, 1 being a fullback and 1 tight end. Dart under center, which we don't see a lot. He's going to take the handoff. He's going to hand to Scadaboo, who's got a little crease, and he's going to pick up about 5 yards on the rush. Over on the right side, running behind Jermaine Illuminor with Pat Ricard as his lead blocker. That's just what we wanted to see. Giants starting offense is going to feature Marcus Bowe at left tackle. John Runyon's out there at left guard. Lucas Patrick, I don't believe he is out there at center. Francis Malino at right guard. Jermaine Illuminor at right tackle. Scadaboo is the running back. Ricard's the fullback. Slayton and Austin are the receivers. And Isaiah Likely is the tight end. Dart under center again here. 2nd and 6. And he's going to hand to Scadaboo once again. And he's going to be met around the line of scrimmage, but in classic Scadaboo fashion is going to pick up an extra yard anyway. But that's going to bring up about 3rd and 5. Lo-Fi Lotus, let's get a Scadaboo. Scadaboo! Matt Nagy is up in the booth calling the plays. Interesting. I know that's been something that we've discussed in the past. I know Mike Kafka at one point was up in the booth as the play caller, came down to the sideline at some point. Nagy is up in the booth as the play caller. Interesting note. This is going to bring up 3rd and 3 for the New York Giants offense. Jackson Dart is now in the shotgun with Tyrone Tracy Jr. to his right. 11 personnel. Giants have receivers all over. Tracy in motion. Dart drops back to pass. He goes to his second read, and he finds Isaiah Likely for a reception and a 1st down. Move the sticks. Good play there from Jackson Dart. Drops back. Looks to throw out to the flat, but it's covered. Goes to his second read and finds Likely for a quick hook route underneath, likely finding space and those sure hands. He makes the catch in traffic and picks up the first down. Like it from Jackson Dart to get off that first read when it was covered. Good ball placement there in a tight window and great hands from Likely. Dart back under center on 1st and 10 here. Tracy's the running back. And the give is to Tracy around the right side. He's going to be met right behind the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a gain of about none. Jermaine Illuminor, the right tackle, didn't seem to hold it down there. And unfortunately, that's going to be a stop right at the line. Yes, Lo-Fi. Likely is definitely going to be a pressure release valve. That's exactly what he was on that play, too. 2nd and 10. Dart's now in the shotgun. Looks like an empty backfield look. Yes, it is. Giants going 5 wide here. Two seconds left on the play clock. Dart takes the snap. It's a bad snap, and it's a bad throw on an attempted running back screen out to Tracy, who was lined up as a wide receiver. Ball goes out of bounds, wasn't even catchable. Wasn't a great snap, went to his left. Dart had to do a 360 turn, just slung it out there sidearm. There wasn't any blocking anyway. Had that ball been accurate, it could have been pick sixed. Ball goes out of bounds and incomplete to bring up 3rd and 10 for the New York Giants offense. Once again in the shotgun, Tracy's the running back. Dart's going to drop back to pass. Pumps. He's buying time. He's scrambling, and he's sacked. Dallas Turner with the sack for the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings defense is running some very interesting tactics, that's for sure, with these disguised blitzes. Dart seemed like he had somebody that he liked at first who cocked it all the way back and then pulled it. Didn't like what he had. Pulled it down, tried to scramble instead of staying in the pocket, and Dallas Turner caught him. That's going to bring out 2025 first-team All-Pro punter Jordan Stout. Punt is up and away on 4th and 17. It's not the best punt, but it gets a favorable New York Giants roll up to about the 27-yard line. So Giants' first drive on offense, not something to write home about. A little sloppy there, I'll be honest. Offensive line didn't win their matchups. Jackson Dart didn't really find his targets. Liked the 3rd down conversion, but was a pretty ugly first drive. And the punt definitely does need to be better. I agree, Charlie. Let's get back into the chat. Stopping the run is a huge need. Giants need to be better in that regard for sure. I also have PTSD from not stopping the run. Sam, thanks so much for the super chat. How many times was Banks thrown at on the first drive? I believe only once, and he was right there in coverage and he made the tackle. No, they don't look sharp, but guys, it's only the first drive of the preseason. It's a new offense. Let's give it a little bit of time. But I definitely want to see the first team offense go back out there on this next drive. I don't want that to be all we see from Dart in the offense today. How many games do I think the Giants are going to win? I've hovered in that 7 to 10 range. That's where I'm at. Punt definitely has to be better. Not the ideal first drive for the Giants offense there. Barry saying, I think they will win 5 to 6 games based on that schedule. It's a tough one. I mean, they're starting off against a gauntlet. They've got Dallas on prime time, which has been a struggle for them recently. They've got the Los Angeles Rams in week 2, the Super Bowl favorites. Were they playing in week 3 again? Let me take a look at this schedule. As my puppy is sleeping, looks adorable. Titans, that's winnable. Cardinals is winnable. Commanders is winnable. Saints is winnable. But then they've got the Texans, the Eagles, Commanders again, Jaguars, Colts, Niners, Seahawks. It's a tough schedule. Yeah, I didn't watch the Jets game last night, NYGFL, but the turf definitely looks a little slick. Maybe they should install grass. As mentioned by Vice City, 3rd string center. was a bad snap on that attempted screenplay, but I'll say this. That play was not a good one. You go 5 wide, but you leave the running back out wide on the right side. Kind of looks like you're going to throw a screen to the running back out wide. That play wasn't going anywhere, even if the snap was good. I didn't like that design. Yeah, I hope so, Lo-Fi Lotus. If they can start out 4-2, that'd be fantastic. All right, so the Giants defense is back out there. I don't see Darius Alexander. He might be done for the day. Banks and Hood are still out there. Kyler Murray's done for the day. It's 9 in there. It's center, under center. He's going to roll out. It's going to be a quarterback-designed run, I believe, and he's going to be stopped right around the line of scrimmage. That's Abdul Carter making the play, or Darius Washington helping. Can't tell if it was a failed play or if it was a designed quarterback run, but 9 running out to the right side. Abdul Carter chases him down, makes a nice emphatic tackle around the line of scrimmage and around the sideline. Carter rocking number 3, looking good. Had 72 pressures last season, which was 7th in the NFL. McCarthy back under center. 2nd and 9. He's going to pitch it out to the running back, and McFadden's going to miss his tackle and pushed out of bounds after a gain of about 5 is the running back Claiborne. Yeah, outside linebacker got sealed off on that one, crashed way too aggressively. Banks also got pulled down to the ground. At left side, the Vikings have been targeting here on these run plays. 3rd and 3, though. McCarthy in the shotgun. Drops back to throw. He gets to his second read, throws it high, and incomplete. Giants defense is going to force a quick 3 and out there. Well done. Darius Washington in coverage. That's going to be 4th and 3, and out comes the Minnesota Vikings punt unit. Great coverage there. Man coverage from Darius Washington. Stayed right on the hip of the receiver. Well done, and really the coverage across the board there actually looked pretty good. Back deep to return the punt from Johnny Hekker is Braxton Berrios. Hecker's punt is up and away. Berrios is going to field around the 22-yard line, makes a man miss, and is up past the 30 and down around the 34-yard line. That was a great return there. Turned nothing into something. Harbaugh is really happy. He's hyping up the defense as they're coming off of the field. But yes, that was a great return by Braxton Berrios there. That juke was nasty, and then he had a pretty good acceleration. I think he's around 36-yard line. Good starting field position for the New York Giants after that return. NYGFL 2 missed tackles from McFadden so far. Dart's still warming up. Looks like he's going to continue to play. Good. That first drive left me nothing to be inspired by. As the Giants are in commercial break, they're showing Jackson Dart continuing to get that arm loose and warmed up on the sideline. I'll say for this next drive, I do want to see him be a little bit more comfortable in the pocket. Giants are really working that under center offense today, as are the Vikings. Been a lot of under center snaps. Saw Pat Ricard out there. He's definitely one of the core starters of this team right now. But I'd like to see them allow Jackson Dart to kind of throw it a bit more. Run-heavy offense, but I want to see Dart really get a grasp of this offense. That was a good drive by the New York Giants defense there. And my stream just went black. I don't know what's going on there. Let me know if you guys are watching on NFL Plus, if you're having a similar black screen or if it's just me. Oh, I refreshed and I'm back. All right, Giants offense is out there. Starters are still on the field. Marcus Bowe at left tackle is mentioned. Oh, my stream is crashing. Not ideal. Give me a moment, guys. Got to get this fixed. They're having technical difficulties. So am I now. Give me a moment here, guys. Just signing back into my account. Eight-yard run from Devin Singletary. Thank you, NYGFL. I think NFL Plus is having issues right now. I can't even sign in. Is anybody else having issues with NFL Plus? Sign me out and I can't get it back in. Second and 2 for the New York Giants offense. Darts in the shotgun. Man in motion. He's going to hand off to Singletary, who's tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Not ideal there either. The stream came back for just a second for me. Sorry, guys. Hand off to Scatterboo, gain of about 8 yards. Nice move to make a man miss in the backfield and picks up about 8 yards. Slayton's in motion. Handoff is to Scatterboo. Stiff arm makes a man miss and barrels ahead for a first down. Great play there from Cam Scatterboo. Some sneaky speed off the edge. Flag is down on the play. 1st and 10. Can you guys hear me now? You should be able to hear me now. False start on the offense, number 87. Giants are gonna be moved back 5 yards. That's Braxton Berrios. 1st and 15, darts under center. He's gonna hand off. That's Tracy, the running back, and he's gonna burst forward, gain of about 5 yards. Giants are emphasizing that power running game, running a lot between the guard and the tackle. Stream crashed again. Sorry, guys. Getting it fixed. I really don't know why NFL Plus is so unreliable. But that's going to be the end of the first quarter. New York Giants down by 3. Dart took a big shot there. Not what you want to see in the preseason. He's definitely down in some pain. Dart got absolutely lit up on that one. Tyrone Tracy Jr. missed the block. Not good. Let's see. All right. According to Giant Insider, Dart is fine. Walking around now. Everybody held their breath for a second or two, but Jackson Dart is okay. Big hit there for Jackson Dart on an 8-yard sack. Popped back up, but don't want to see that in the preseason at all. Giants need to protect their young quarterback, and I would imagine after this first quarter, he's very likely done for the day after taking that hit. Though we'll see. Jackson Dart is back up. He's okay, but I'm going to say this Giants offense, very uninspiring right now. Jameis Winston is the quarterback. The Giants are keeping Jackson Dart out of the game after he got annihilated on his last snap of that quarter. You guys should be able to hear me now. Everybody confirm they can hear me. It's saying that you can hear me, so. Jameis Winston will be coming in, though, which means we should be getting the second-team offense as well. Should be seeing Odell Beckham Jr. And, yeah, Jackson Dart just never saw that blitzer coming, and he got nailed in the torso there. Lucky that that wasn't worse than it was. Sheesh. Did Dart go to the tent? Yeah, Jackson Dart is being taken to the blue tent for a possible concussion check. This has been the story of Jackson Dart's early career. Jameis Winston is the quarterback, drops back out of the shotgun. He's going to throw a contested pass to Malachi Fields. It's incomplete, but there's a flag down on the play. False start from the Giants offense. Backed up another 5 yards. That's going to bring up, what, 3rd and 23 now. 3rd and 23. Theo Johnson's the man in motion. Jameis is in the shotgun, takes the snap. Quick screen out to Devin Singletary. And he's going to cut inside. He's got a lot of room to run. He's gained up past the 30. That's a first down and then some. Devin Singletary making something out of nothing down inside the red zone, pushed out of bounds at around the 14-yard line. What a play by Devin Singletary. Quick screen over on the right side across the 50, across the 40, the 30, and all the way inside the 20 is Devin Singletary. What a run up by the third-string running back making a play. Definitely needed to see him come in and make a play. Tyron Tracy Jr. was doing absolutely nothing on this last drive, but now you got Singletary making the play. Giants inside of the red zone. Jameis Winston under center. He's going to hand to Singletary again, and he's going to be met in the backfield by like 4 Vikings defenders. What is going on? John Runyon seemed to miss his block. Second and 12 here for the Giants offense. Looks like they're bringing Jackson Dart back into the game to prove to everybody that he's fine. No concussion, not hurt. He's back on the field. Awesome. Dart's in the shotgun on 2nd and 12 from the 15-yard line. He's making a change at the line of scrimmage. Dart takes a snap, drops back to throw. He's holding it. He's scrambling. He's bringing it down. He's throwing on the run across his body. Touchdown! Malachi Fields. What a throw by Jackson Dart. Rolling to his left across his body, and Fields goes up there and high points it in traffic. What a play. If that's a glimpse of what this Giants offense is going to look like moving forward, that's something to be excited about. What a throw by Jackson Dart. Cross his body, puts it up there, and Malachi Fields makes a play. 0-on-0 crime. Head tops him. Gets both feet in just barely, and what a play by the big 6'4", third-round rookie wide receiver out of Notre Dame. Deontay Banks on the sideline to dap up Jackson Dart. John Harbaugh is speaking to the quarterback right now, giving him some praise. What a throw by Jackson Dart. And the Giants take a 7-3 lead. Extra point was up and good with 13:32 left in the second quarter. What a throw there by Dart. Escapes the pressure, evades, rolls to his left, throws it across his body. Perfectly thrown ball. High point pass to Malachi Fields for the touchdown. Gotta love it. I missed it too, NYGFL, but I'll let you know who kicked the extra point. I think it was Sauls, though. Wow, what do you guys think of that? I mean, that was a great throw and catch by Jackson Dart and Malachi Fields, the rookie out of the 3rd round. And that's exactly what they brought him here for, right? Malachi Fields is here to be that big body, that release valve for this Giants offense. Go up there, make the high point grabs, have those reliable hands. And yeah, I think we can say red zone threat out of Malachi Fields. Absolutely. That's where you want him. That's where you want his big frame. And he goes up there and he makes the play. But I got to say, I love the throw from Jackson Dart rolling to his left across his body. Not an easy throw to make. Offense definitely looking a little bit boom or bust, I will say. But, I mean, classic Jackson Dart. Get evaluated for a concussion, go right back out there, scramble around, make a play on your own, and throw a touchdown pass across your body. Classic Jackson Dart. Absolutely, Sam. That's why we gave up the draft capital to get Malachi Fields. Exactly right. They needed somebody with that big frame on the outside perimeter for this offense. Great pick. Love it. And a great throw from Jackson Dart. That's why they drafted Malachi Fields there. Yeah, NYGFL, great touch on that pass. He didn't just beam it up there. He put it up there so that it had that touch that Fields could just go up there and grab it. Love the throw, love the catch. Yeah, I agree with you, Lo-Fi Lotus. There really was no need for a concussion check there. He took a clean shot to the torso. That is certainly, to me, the bias of just Jackson Dart. There's such a narrative around him and the hits he takes and the concussions, so they checked him for one. He really, I don't think, needed a concussion check. I guess better safe than sorry. Take a big hit in the preseason, so you might as well give him a check. But no, to me, that didn't require a check, and that did feel like the bias coming into play. But at the end of the day, he's okay. Comes back out there, makes a great throw, and boom, Giants go ahead and score a touchdown. All right, 1st and 10 for the Minnesota Vikings offense from their own 25-yard line. J.J. McCarthy on the play action bootleg is going to throw out to the flat to the tight end who's wide open, but he's going to be shoved out of bounds there for a gain of about 6 yards. I believe that's Max Bredesen, the rookie tight end out of Michigan, making the reception. Yeah, in my GFL, you're probably right. Probably thought that his head did hit the turf, but I mean, whatever, man. Just a great throw, right? Like, they want to check him for a concussion, try and nerf him. It is what it is. He's going to come right back out there and make a play. Vikings hand off there. Giants defense makes the stop. It's going to bring up 3rd and short for J.J. McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings offense. It's 3rd and 1 for the Vikings. 12:20 left in the second quarter. McCarthy under center in the I formation. Giants have everybody up around the line of scrimmage. McCarthy's going to hand it off, and there's a big crease there. Bursting forward for the first down is the running back, wrapped up and dragged down by Deonte Banks, though. A nice tackle there from Deonte Banks, who certainly does seem to be playing with a little bit more intensity today than we saw last season. Great tackle there from him. Could have been a much longer run if he missed the tackle. Essentially, the running back would have been one-on-one with Tyler Nubin if Deonte Banks didn't come from the side and wrap him down. But getting beat there at the line of scrimmage was Darius Alexander once again. He has, of course, all the potential in the world, but last season run defense was an issue. 1st and 10 for the Vikings offense. McCarthy under center. Play action, dropping back to pass, looking deep, under pressure. He's going to throw deep, and it's completed. That was a great throw. It's Colton Hood in coverage, surrendering the catch and dragging him down. There is a flag on the play, though. Yeah, Lo-Fi, the interior defensive line has not looked good so far today. I think they're calling, just a hold on Colton Hood. Doesn't really seem like much of a hold. We'll say McCarthy stepped back, threw that off his back foot. Looked like he didn't even look. Looked like he just launched the thing, but great throw and completion. There was some pressure there in the interior of the pocket. That ball is completed for 1st down. Lose hang, does the defense look better than last year? I would say there are certain parts of it that look better, but I think we need to see a little bit more. Interior defensive line still looking like a weakness. Run defense still looking a little bit like a weakness. Banks and Hood were both flagged for defensive penalties on that play, holding. McCarthy under center once again. He's going to pitch it out to the running back, and he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. A great tackle play made there by Chauncey Golston. Great tackle there. Loss of about 2 yards on the play. Golston shed the block of the offensive tackle and made the play. Deonte Banks was also right there in the vicinity. He's been around the ball a lot. But again, tackle and for loss made by Chauncey Golston. That's going to bring up 2nd and 12. From the New York Giants 44-yard line is the Minnesota Vikings offense. Great play by Golston. There's been some bright moments for the run defense. We'll say that. McCarthy drops back to pass from the shotgun. He's looking. He's throwing out to the left side. Ball is high and incomplete. There's a flag on the play. Deonte Banks is calling for a push-off, but we'll see which way they go with it. I think they're going to call defensive pass interference on Deonte Banks. Pass interference defense on number 2, Deonte Banks. First down. Taking a look at the replay here. Hand fighting. I mean, that's a weak-ass call, guys. That's a terrible call. I guess there was some contact and hand fighting past 5 yards, but that looked like normal football to me, man. I don't like that call. I'm actually not going to blame Deonte Banks for that one. I know it's easy to dunk on him for getting 2 flags on this drive, but that one shouldn't have been a pass interference, in my opinion. Nevertheless, it is 1st and 10 for the Vikings offense. Under center, play action. McCarthy rolling out to his right, throwing on the run. Pass is incomplete. Play made by Tyler Nubin. Came crashing down, but another flag on the play, and I'm going to say that looked like pass interference. Looked like he hit the receiver early before the ball got there. Killian O'Donnell, I am at 10:15 in the second quarter. No, they're going to call holding on the offense, actually. So that's going to back up the Minnesota Vikings there. Great play again, made in coverage by Tyler Nubin. It was a little bit bang-bang. I think they could have called him for a play there, but refs are throwing flags on every play now. You certainly could have called that pass interference while seeing the replay, but hey, gets away with it. Great play by Tyler Nubin. And yes, that's a clear and obvious hold by the right tackle of the Minnesota Vikings. 1st and 20 for the Vikings from the Giants' 49-yard line. Yeah, NFL Plus put out a tweet. They're experiencing difficulties. All right, this play is whistled dead before it even gets started with another flag down. My goodness. Sloppy preseason football is what we're seeing. False start on the Vikings offense. That's going to back them up behind the 50-yard line. First and 25 now for the Minnesota Vikings offense. McCarthy in the shotgun. Takes the snap, drops back, and he's going to throw quick to the right side out into the flat for a gain of about 5 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd and a mile. Sorry, Kaylee, I'm not allowed to show the game. That's right by Jay. Can't show it, unfortunately. Wish I could. What's up, NATO? Sam, I'll give you the call out on the linebackers in a second. McCarthy drops back out of the shotgun, throws down the sideline. Almost a hell of a catch made there by the Vikings receiver. Hits him in the chest and falls incomplete. It was one of those back shoulder plays. Good coverage by Colton Hood to make it a tough catch, but should have been caught and would have been a first down. Nato Odell has not played yet. Should be out there on the next drive for the New York Giants offense, though. This is 3rd and 20 for the Minnesota Vikings offense. From the Giants' 49-yard line. McCarthy's in the shotgun. 11 personnel. McCarthy drops back to pass. He's looking. He's scrambling under pressure. He throws high and out of bounds, incomplete. Great drive by the New York Giants defense. Had a couple of penalties, but ultimately was able to capitalize on the Vikings' mistakes and stop them. It's going to bring up 4th and 20 from the Giants' 49-yard line. Vikings offense trotting to the sideline. I believe the punt unit is coming out. Nato, did Fields play yet? Yes. Go run over to the Fireside Giants Instagram account and watch the highlight. Jackson Dart rolled left and fired a touchdown pass to Malachi Fields, who went up there and made a high point grab in traffic. Awesome play by the rookie. Johnny Hecker's punt is up and away. And it's going to be fair caught by Braxton Berrios around the 12-yard line. So we'll see some more of this Giants offense. I would imagine we're going to see Jameis Winston on this next drive. Yes, Jackson Dart is done according to Jordan Renan of ESPN. He went 3 of 4 for 26 yards and a touchdown, was sacked twice and checked for a concussion. So basically the most Jackson Dart game possible. But it's going to be the second team offense. Giants making some changes. The offensive line is going to feature Marcus Bowe still playing left tackle, but Aaron Stinney is going to go in for John Runyon at left guard. Brian Hudson is the center. Francis Mauigoa is still staying out there at right guard, getting some more snaps in his debut. And the right tackle is going to be Josh Azidu in for Jermaine Illuminor. 14 snaps for Jackson Dart, 3 for 4 passing, which means that he did hand it off 10 times. Shows you the balance of this offense. Scales are tipped quite far in the favor of the running game. But he went 3 of 4, 26 yards, and a touchdown. His only incompletion was a blown-up play, bad snap, and an incomplete pass out to the flat on a screen. He looked good. He looked calm. He looked poised. He looked accurate. And again, that touchdown pass was just a beautiful cross-body throw to his left side, looking like some Patrick Mahomes and Matt Nagy's offense. Romeo. Sorry, guys. The dog is awake. Got to make sure he's not peeing on my rug. Sam, Tremaine Edmonds did not play today. He is sidelined, not due to any injury, but just because he's a starter and the Giants didn't want him playing. So Tremaine Edmonds did not play, but Arvell Reese did make a couple of plays against the run. He looked really good in the first drive of the Giants defense. So nothing from Edmonds. Yeah, Fields looked great on that touchdown grab. Absolutely loved that. All right, Giants offense back out there on 1st and 10. Jameis Winston drops back to pass out of the shotgun, fires one over to the right side. Malachi Fields makes the catch and picks up some yards after the catch for a first down. The rookie really looking good in this offense. Sam, CC Mauigoa has looked pretty good so far. Right side of the line is where the Giants have had some success running the football. And that's going to be 1st and 10 for the Giants from their own 25-yard line. Winston now under center. I formation for the New York Giants. Malachi Fields in motion. Back in motion again. And the snap is fumbled by Winston. He gets back on top of it and falls forward for a gain of about 2 yards. Looks like he might have fumbled it again, though, but I do believe he recovered. So crisis averted, disaster avoided. Jameis Winston holds on to it. 2nd and 8. Double X, not watching the game. How's the play calling? It's been a little bit up and down, I will say that. First drive for the Giants offense was pretty ugly. Second drive was a little bit better. They're running the ball a lot, though. I would say it's probably about a 70% run rate compared to 30% pass rate. And yeah, NATO, Fields is out here looking like T. Higgins. All right, 2nd and 8. Theo Johnson's in motion. Jameis Winston's in the shotgun. Takes the snap and drops. Throw is to Theo Johnson, who makes the catch. No drop there. He's going to pick up about 6 yards, and it's going to bring up 3rd and short for the New York Giants offense. Nice decisive pass from Jameis Winston, but I will say he did have somebody wide open over the middle of the field on a crosser. I believe that was Braxton Berrios. Had he seen that, it would have been a much bigger gain and certainly a first down. But anyway, it's 3rd and 2 for the Giants offense after a great catch from Theo Johnson. Malachi Fields is the man in motion. Winston in the shotgun. He's going to hand off to, I don't know who the running back is, but he's met right at the line of scrimmage. It's a big pile, and I think he's going to be about a yard short for the first down. It's going to be close, but I think they're going to mark him short. Eric Gray was the running back on that one. It's 4th and inches for the Giants offense. We'll see what they decide to do. They're leaving the offense out there right now on 4th and inches from their own 34-yard line. Winston's under center. Quarterback sneak. It's going to be close. Looks like he got the first down, but it's very close. Vikings defensive line did a great job stonewalling the Giants offensive line. Also, don't love going for the quarterback sneak in the preseason with your backup quarterback. We know that they practiced the tush push with Patrick Ricard. I would have preferred to see something like that. I don't want to see Winston put in harm's way. But nevertheless, he picks up the first down. They're going to call it a first down for the Giants offense, 1st and 10. Just barely, though. All right, 1st and 10, Winston under center. And it's going to be a stretch play to the left side, hand it off, and a nice gain of about 5 yards there for the Giants running back. And is that Eric Gray? OBJ has not taken the field yet. McLovin, awesome name, by the way. 2nd and 4 for the Giants offense. Once again, Winston under center. The running back is Turbo Miller. It's not Eric Gray, my mistake. Theo Johnson's in motion. Handoff is to Turbo Miller. He's going to be met right around the line of scrimmage, falls forward for about a yard. And Odell Beckham Jr. is on the field on 3rd and 3 for the New York Giants. His first snaps back in a Giants uniform since 2018. Got to imagine they're going to target him. OBJ is out wide to the left. It's a tight formation for the New York Giants on 3rd and 3. Winston's in the shotgun. 11 personnel here. Takes the snap, drops back to pass. He's got Odell. Is he going to hit him? No, he's going to be sacked and brought down. Loss of about 2 yards. OBJ is going to help Winston up, and the Giants offense is going to come off for the punt team. OBJ was running a drag route. If Winston had made him the primary read and hit him as soon as he released, he probably would have caught it and picked up a first down. Winston didn't see it. Odell ended up being covered by the time he got to him, and it was basically a coverage sack. But OBJ was definitely open. We could have gotten the reception and a first down. Yeah, definitely need him back in the 13, but I do think he looks good in the 3. I'm not going to lie. Penalty on the play, but that is going to bring out the Vikings offense. No problem, lose hang. The puppy is awake and having a fun time. All right, big shout out to the whole 158 of you watching here on YouTube. Appreciate all the viewership. We're up to 780 total viewers across all 3 accounts of Fireside Giants on Twitter. Give it a follow. Anthony_Vardo on Twitter. Give it a follow. And the Fireside Giants YouTube channel. Appreciate everybody. Fireplace, what's up, man? Good to see you. Derek Henderson saying they've given up too many sacks. I agree. The offensive line has been a little bit shaky. It's been good in the run game, but in pass pro, it's definitely had its low points. Yeah, NATO. Hopefully, Alex can get some free time and join the live in the future. He won't be joining today, unfortunately. Alex is on vacation for his wife's birthday, so he's not going to be able to join today. Next weekend, I'll be at the Giants preseason game, so won't be live, but hopefully the 3rd and final preseason game we'll be able to go live together. That's the plan. Waiting for NFL Plus to get back up and live so I can get the better stream. Right now, I have to watch the crappy Vikings stream. Give me a second, guys. Apologies, guys. All right, so it's 2nd and 7 for the Minnesota Vikings offense from their own 12-yard line. McCarthy in the shotgun drops back, and he's going to throw complete there. Great tackle made, though, by Micah McFadden. Absolutely lit up the receiver. Gain of about 5 yards, though, and that's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Vikings offense. McCarthy gets to his second read. McFadden a little bit far back on that one, well behind the sticks. Probably should have been a little bit closer up on that receiver, but he did close out really quickly and laid a pretty big hit. You guys like the bark? That was pretty funny, right? I think the puppy needs to go out. Problem is, he only lets me walk him, so I don't know what to do other than, I guess, just let him pee. 3rd and 1, Minnesota Vikings offense under center is McCarthy. Ball is snapped just before the play clock expires, and handoff is across the 1st down marker. Big shout out everybody in here and enjoying. Heads up, next commercial break. I'm going to have to run another Prize Picks ad read, but until then, still doing the play-by-play. Double X, there really hasn't been any deep balls so far. Giants haven't really taken any shots. Vikings have thrown it 20-plus yards a couple of times, but no, deep shots, really. It's been a pretty mild-mannered game. Third and 6, McCarthy in the shotgun. Play is whistled dead before it begins. I think, yes, there's a timeout on the field. I unfortunately can no longer hear the game, so I don't know who called the timeout. Oh, it looks like NFL Plus is finally back, is it? Finally. It's the first preseason weekend and NFL Plus doesn't work. How ridiculous is that? Anyway, commercial break in progress, but the NFL Plus stream is working now, so we'll be able to give you guys even better analysis. All right, since we are in a commercial break, let me go ahead and squeeze this one in. Just want to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of today's episode, which is Prize Picks. If you guys haven't heard about Prize Picks yet, it's America's #1 sports picks app. It's super easy to use. All you do is pick more or less on a few of your favorite players' stats, and you lock in your lineup. That easy. It's available in most states, including California, Texas, and Florida. And you can follow people on Prize Picks. You can follow me at Anthony Rivardo. You can see all the picks and lineups that I make before I post them here on the channel. As you can see, I have a nice little lineup built together. Arvell Reese has looked really good so far. We didn't see him pass rush a ton, but still, I think he's going to clear that 2.75 sacks line this upcoming rookie season. He's my pick for Defensive Rookie of the Year for sure. And I do love Cam Scatterbo. Haven't loved what I've seen from Tyrone Tracy Jr. today, so I got to say, I think Scatterbo being the lead workhorse running back makes a lot of sense. See if he gets those 6 rushing touchdowns. I'll take more on that. And I don't believe in the Philadelphia Eagles this year, so I'm taking less on the Jalen Hurts rushing touchdowns. But that's my lineup, and that's how easy it is to make a lineup on Prize Picks. And right now, if you want to play Prize Picks, click the link down below in the description box. Use code HMA when you sign up. Play your first $5 lineup and get $150 in lineups if you win that first $5 lineup. Super easy, no pressure. Just make sure you win that first $5 lineup. You can also win a flex play on that first $5 lineup. So you don't even have to win all of your different picks. You just win 1 or 2 of them, a flex play, win it, and you'll get $150 in lineups if you win. Awesome deal there. Thanks to the code HMA and the link down below in the description box. And guys, if you're going to sign up and play, just make sure to always play responsibly. All right. Back out of the commercial break. Minnesota Vikings offense is waiting. It was not a timeout. My apologies. It was the 2-minute warning. If you guys are curious about snap counts, Deonte Banks is still out there. He has played the entire first half. Drops back to throw, does McCarthy, and he's going to be hit in the backfield. He's scrambling, and he's sacked, brought down. Darius Alexander and Michael McFadden making the play there. Great play coming out of 2-minute warning. Alexander was lined up at the defensive tackle spot, actually dropped back in coverage as a quarterback spy. Pressure from number 51 and number 41, McFadden. And then crashing down from the quarterback spy was Alexander to clean up the play and make the tackle for the sack. Very interesting from the New York Giants defensive coordinator, Denard Wilson, to drop the defensive tackle back as the spy. But the rest of the pressure gets home, and Alexander cleans it up and does his job as the spy and gets the sack. Great play there by the Giants defense. Punt is up and away, fielded by Braxton Berrios along the sideline, and he's across the 45-yard line for the Giants, but there's a flag on the play. Banks has had a couple decent plays in coverage, but he's also had 2 penalties, so not great. All right, so there is no penalty. They picked up the flag. They were checking for unnecessary roughness. Jack Kelly's been looking good. Yep, NYGFL. Jameis Winston waiting for the commercial break to end. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Giants. We're going to get a 2-minute drill here. Well, really a 70-second drill with 1:11 on the clock. At the Vikings 44-yard line, Eric Gray is in at running back. The receivers are Braxton Berrios, Malachi Fields, and Odell was on the field. Is he still? Yes, Odell Beckham Jr. is out on the field as well. Thomas Fidoni's the tight end. 1st and 10 for the Giants offense. Jameis Winston in the shotgun. Odell Beckham Jr. at the top of the screen, split out wide to the left. Winston drops back to throw. Pass is to Odell Beckham Jr., who makes the grab for a gain of about 6 yards. Good reception there on the quick slant. Classic vintage Odell Beckham Jr. Love to see it. Makes a good catch in traffic. Gets up quickly. Giants get set. 1st and 10. Second and 4. Winston drops back out of the shotgun. Deep drop, surveying the field. He's going to check it down to Eric Gray, who's going to be close to a 1st down in the left side flat. There's a holding on the play, though, so it's going to bring the Giants back, unfortunately. Was a great catch by Odell. .36 ticks left in the first half. Giants are at the Vikings 43-yard line, 2nd and 13. Winston in the shotgun, 11 personnel. Drops back to pass. Quick screen out to Eric Gray in the flat, who's going to be up for a decent gain. Not a 1st down, but good gain of yardage, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. Odell ran a nice route a couple plays ago. They just showed the replay. Ball didn't go his way, but it was a nice route. Came out of his break really cleanly. Still looks the part. 3rd and 5. Odell's in the slot on this one. Running backs in motion. Winston takes the snap, and he's going to flip a quick one out to the left side, and that's going to be a nice, tough grab made by Malachi Fields on the slant. 1st down. On that play, though, as Carl Banks just pointed out, Odell Beckham Jr. would have been home for a touchdown had Winston saw it, but the first read was Fields. It was a tough catch made by Malachi Fields there, though. Ball came in low on the slant, and he reached down all hands, made a strong grab. Cornerback had his hand on the ball, but he ripped it out of his hands, and boom. Odell Beckham Jr. on a busted coverage would have had a walk-in touchdown that would have made me do a backflip, but Jameis didn't see it. But Fields, man, looking really freaking good. 1st and 10, though, for the Giants offense after the timeout. 1 left for them, 26 seconds to go. Winston in the shotgun from the 31-yard line. Drops back to throw. Incomplete. Looks like he tried to get it to Braxton Berrios, but he wasn't open. Yeah, I got to agree, Nato. Fields has been super impressive, Lo-Fi. I think he is going to be WR2 in week 1. Looks like the Giants have a new kind of pavilion over in the bench area. I don't remember them having that in the past, but that looks pretty new, and I think it's got some cooling mist on them. 2nd and 10 from the Vikings 31-yard line. Winston again in the shotgun. Drops back. No, he's going to hand it to Eric Gray, who's going to be met right near the line of scrimmage, gain of about 3 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and long for the Giants offense as the clock is continuing to wind down. They're letting the clock run down so they can kick a field goal. They want to get a look at one of these kickers. Understand it, but not thrilled about it. I will say, though, on this drive, Odell Beckham Jr. went out there and looked good. So didn't have big splashy plays, only had one reception, but he also had 2 plays where he was wide open. So that's going to show up on the film for the Giants coaching staff to evaluate. But 3rd and 6, 3 seconds left. Ben Sauls, number 30, is coming out there to attempt the field goal. Broadcast just said it's going to be Sauls in the first half. It's going to be Zavada in the second half. So rather than pushing together the rest of this drive, the Giants are opting to give Sauls an opportunity to kick a field goal as they sort through this kicker battle. Makes sense. Would have liked to see another shot taken Odell, but whatever, makes sense. So it's going to be a 46-yard field goal attempt for Ben Sauls. Snap is good. Kick is up, and it's right down the middle. Looked way too easy for Ben Sauls. That would have been good from at least 55. He drilled that thing. Nice field goal made there as the clock expires, and that's going to be halftime. Giants take a 10-3 lead. They won the time of possession. A lot of penalties in this first half, though, for both teams, 4 apiece. Giants have 91 passing yards, 42 rushing yards, 133 total yards of offense. But not bad. Decent first half for the Giants. I think we got a good look at what this offense is going to look like. A lot of running the football, a lot of under center, and they're letting Malachi Fields eat. So, got to say I like it so far, but that's the end of the first half. Before we get into analysis during this halftime break, going to take a quick break myself and hit the restroom. I'll be back in a couple of minutes, guys. Just hang tight. All right, what's up, everybody? I'm back. Greg Newsome played yet? No, he did not. I don't think he's going to play today. He's been banged up with a little bit of an injury. First half, the starting cornerbacks were basically just Colton Hood and Deontay Banks. Dart looked good. He went 3 of 4 passing for 26 yards and that crossbody touchdown pass. He got hit quite hard on a play, though, and a couple times he got hit pretty hard. Had to go to the medical tent to get checked for a concussion. What's new? But he looked good, and he's done for the day. Yeah, I'm loving what I'm seeing from Malachi Fields. I'm super impressed. Colton Hood had some decent plays, also got beat a couple times. It's been a little bit up and down for the cornerbacks. It's kind of been up and down for everybody, if I'm going to be honest. Um, the running backs had high moments. They had really low moments too. Tracy's pass protection almost got Dart killed. Like I said, Dart went to the blue tent, but then he came out the next play and threw a hell of a touchdown pass. So he had highs and lows. The offensive line has had some really good moments in the run game. They've also had some really bad moments in the pass game. Defensive line, same story. There's been some decent pressure, but there's also been some gashes on the ground. And same thing with the secondary. While the coverage has been mostly okay, there has been a couple of penalties and some whiffs from the cornerbacks as well. So that's really the summary. I will say, though, best unit so far, most consistent, has probably been special teams. Special teams has looked good. Kicker Ben Sauls made his extra point, made his field goal. And Braxton Berrios had a couple of really nice returns, and Deontay Banks had one decent return as well. But that's kind of the summary on all three phases of the game. It's been up and down for the most part. Giants winning this preseason game so far, but certainly room for improvement, but certainly some positives to take away. And yes, NYGFL 100% agree. This is why the starters need to play in the preseason, have to iron these things out. It's a brand new scheme on both sides of the ball, and it's very clear that this Giants offense is still learning this scheme. Odell does look good, though. He only played one drive so far, but he figures to get a lot more playing time in the second half. But he's getting open, running some good routes, looks fluid, looks athletic. Certainly happy with the way he looks thus far. Yeah, I think CC did look really good in that first half. Very happy with what I've seen from Maui Noah. NATO, Malik Neighbors did not play today. He's still not cleared to return to game action. He is now returned to team activities in practice, but he's wearing the non-contact jersey while doing so. So we're not going to see Malik Neighbors probably at all this preseason, if I had to guess. Maybe the final preseason game, but I highly doubt it. He's either playing week one or he's probably not playing. What are my thoughts on Tyron Tracy Jr. missing that block? I think that Tyron Tracy Jr. cannot miss that block, simply put. Yeah, what Willie just said. He's going to hear from coach on that, and he should. He almost got his quarterback killed in the preseason. Not okay. It was an obvious blitz. He had an obvious assignment. And I don't care if you got to commit a penalty, you just don't let that safety go by and hit your quarterback untouched. That's it. You know, if you got to hold him, if you got to face mask him, if you got to take out his knee, I don't give a shit. You make the play and you prevent him from blindsiding your quarterback. That's that. Yeah, it's hard to judge the run defense. This was the backup defensive tackles going up against the starting offensive line of the Vikings. No Reader out there, no Shelby Harris, but even still, run defense has looked up and down. But yeah, guys, like Tracy, take the penalty if you have to. It doesn't matter. You just can't let your quarterback get blindsided like that. Just it's not allowed. You'd rather take the penalty than let your quarterback take an a blindsided, unprotected shot in the preseason, no less. Yeah, I agree, Nato. If they do have Neighbors play at all this preseason, it can be the last game for a drive. But I just don't know if his body's going to be ready to get preseason reps. I think he's going to have to wait till the regular season. Right now, though, guys, I'll tell you, Malachi Fields, he is looking excellent. I think that the Giants starting receivers in week one should be Malachi Fields and Malik Neighbors, assuming Neighbors is healthy. But you can see the touchdown grab that he made. Darius Slayton's not making a catch like that. I don't think he can. I don't think I've ever seen him make a high point grab like that one. Um, that's a play that only Malik Neighbors and Malachi Fields, they're the only two receivers on this roster that can make that play. Odell on that last drive had a reception, but he was also wide open for, I want to say, 3 other receptions. Running good routes and finding good space in those zones. The ball just didn't come his way. Have to imagine at halftime they're going to say, hey, Jameis, get him the ball. He's open. And so hopefully we'll get a good play out of Odell in the second half. But Giants will start with the ball in the second half, as the Vikings started in the first half. So I love the body control and the high point ability from Malachi Fields on that touchdown grab. Catch radius is huge with this kid. But I also just loved his control and ability to get his feet down and bounce. He was right along the sideline. It was a great play. Willie, Abdul, and Reese did start the game. They played a few drives, but they're done for the day. Do we think we see Likely in the second half? I don't think we're going to see any more Isaiah Likely. Theo Johnson was the tight end out there at the end of the first half, so we'll probably stick with him. Matthew Brian Burns was out just because a few of the select starters who don't have anything to play for didn't play. They wanted to give reps to Abdul Carter, to Chauncey Golston. Thibodeau got a good amount of reps. So that's why Burns wasn't playing. It wasn't anything due to injury or anything like that. Giants about to receive the ball. All right, Rikers kicks the ball off. It's going to be fielded by no, who is this? Turbo Miller, I believe. He's across the 20. He's over on the left side. He's turning upfield, and he's going to be taken down around the 26-yard line. Third string quarterback is Brandon Allen. He's not playing yet, though, Willie. It's Jameis Winston under center right now for the New York Giants on 1st and 10. He's going to fake the pass and he's going to hand it off. And the running back is met about 4 yards in the backfield. Eric Gray blown up there. Josh Azidu getting worked on that play. Looks gross. Yes, Isaiah Likely did look good in his action, Lo-Fi Lotus. 2nd and 11. Winston's in the shotgun. Eric Gray's is running back to the left. Takes the snap. Blitz comes. Quick pass out to Odell on a screen. He picks it up off the dirt, makes the grab, but is immediately met for a tackle for no gain. It was a good catch, but no gain. CC Mamino is done for the day. It's Daniel Falele in at right guard. The 380-pounder from the Baltimore Ravens signed this offseason to a one-year contract. So on 3rd and 11, Giants are in the 11 personnel. Winston in the shotgun. Odell Beckham Jr. split out wide to his right. Drops back another screen, this one to Berrios from the slot. And he's going to pick up about 8 yards, but be well short of the first down. It's going to bring up 4th and medium, and the punt team is on its way out. 3 and out for the New York Giants offense to start the second half. Not ideal. Punt is up and away and fielded by the Vikings inside their own 10-yard line. Makes a man miss a couple times, but the tackle is made down to the 15-yard line. I believe that was Dalen Cambry with a great tackle there. Great punt by Jordan Stout as well. Really good coverage by the Giants special teams unit. Vikings offense coming back out. It's 3-10 in favor of the Giants with about 12 and a half left in the quarter. That was a great punt by Jordan Stout. Double X, how was Jackson Dart today? I know he only played like 2 drives, but how was he? He was good. He wasn't perfect. Definitely looks like he's still trying to get comfortable in the offense, in my opinion. But the touchdown throw was the highlight. It was a beautiful pass across his body, rolling to his left. Perfect touch pass up high where only his receiver could get it. So that was great. But yeah, it was. He didn't play a ton. He only threw 4 passes, but he looked good. Looked like he's starting to get comfortable. Special teams has looked really good for the Giants, though. Their punt coverage, their kickoff returns, been some good stuff. I'm rewatching that Jackson Dart touchdown pass. That thing was a beauty, man. Sheesh. Anthony, I agree. Malachi Fields looks like a number 2 receiver. Looks great. They got Joe Shane in the booth right now to do an interview. Yeah, Giants broadcast booth was just live and they didn't know it. They were just chatting. Joe Shane is in there. He's about to get ready for an interview, and they were just talking about some of the players. Everybody was basically unanimously praising Francis Maui Noah, though. They're really happy with the way that he played. But yeah, that was definitely a mistake. They cut to black and then to commercial really quickly. But Joe Shane said, "Oh, looks like Maui Noah did pretty good." Agreed, Lo-Fi. I think this would be a great looking offense to me. I mean, out of the backup receivers, I do think Odell has probably looked the best. Berrios has looked good too, though, I will say. I think it's really going to come down to those two for that roster spot. Berrios might get the edge because of special teams, but I think you can hold them both. Receiver room has looked okay, though. I mean, Fields has been the clear and obvious standout. He's looked excellent. Berrios has made some good plays. Odell has had some good moments. So the receiver room's looked good. And Dalen Cambry just made a hell of a play on special teams a minute ago. So all right, 1st and 10 for the Vikings offense. 9 is under center. No, I'm sorry. It's not even 9. It's 11. I don't know who this quarterback is. Second and 7. Play action pass. Pass is thrown and play is not made in coverage. It was a great break on the ball by Art Green, but he just whiffed it. Reception made by number 4 of the Vikings for a big gain and a first down. Is that Carson Wentz? Yeah, I believe it is Carson Wentz. 1st and 10. Wentz hands it off. Short run for about 3 yards. Stop made by Jack Kelly, who's had a really good game so far today. He's been all over the field. Second and 7. Wentz in the shotgun. Drops back to pass. 4-man rush. He's going to throw over the right sideline on a wide open receiver for a first down there. Apologies, had to put myself on mute. Writing down a great quote from Joe Shane to send over to my social media team. Joe Shane just said this about the New York Giants potentially adding more talent during the preseason regarding a potential trade. He said, quote, I'm making calls to different general managers around the league on where they may have a surplus and where we may have a need, end quote. Yeah, Wentz has looked better than McCarthy. I won't disagree with you there, Lo-Fi. Yeah, Jack Kelly's been everywhere. NYGFL, agreed. 3rd and 4, Wentz in the shotgun. He has a man in motion. Takes a snap, looks to his left, holding it. Now he's scrambling. He's going to throw over the middle of the field. Incomplete. Pass broken up there. Seatbelt celebration from Corey Black. Great play on the ball. That's going to bring up 4th down. Vikings attempting a 54-yard field goal here. Kick is up, and it is good. So that's going to be 6-10. Minnesota Vikings pull it in with 8:02 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Corey Black with a nice pass break up there on 3rd down to end the drive. Odell Beckham Jr. warming up on the sideline, getting ready to go back out there with Jameis Winston in the offense here. I'll say OBJ looks good. Looks healthy, looks slim, looks agile. Definitely keeping a close eye on Odell on this next drive. I think that the Giants are going to want to give him an opportunity or two. I mean, he certainly was open on more than one play on that last drive. Ball just didn't really go his way properly, but I think the Giants are going to try and get him the ball here. Not a ton to watch in this second team offense. We know what we have in Jameis Winston. The backup running backs are all right. I think Turbo Miller is somebody to keep an eye on, but primarily I'm going to be watching these receivers, Braxton Berrios and Odell Beckham Jr. I think that's where we're going to have to pay closer attention. Thomas Fidoni's been getting a lot of reps, though, at tight end. Keep an eye on him. And we've seen a lot of Darius Alexander today. He is still out there for the Giants defense all the way into the 3rd quarter. And he started the game. NYGFL so far, we've seen Odell go inside and outside. He's played in the slot and he's played out wide. The reception that he had was out wide, but he also was missed on what would have been a touchdown on a blown coverage from the slot. But I think his veteran savvy, his playing style, being an inside-outside guy is certainly good for him, and it helps him with an opportunity to make the roster. But what you're mentioning there, if you've got Neighbors and Fields on the outside with Odell in the slot, I like that. Although I do think the primary slot receiver will be tight end Isaiah Likely. Vice City, I have to say, I do unfortunately agree with you. Not loving the Nagy offense so far. It's very conservative. It's a lot of running the football with power and a lot of underneath passing. Not very aggressive, not any shots downfield. So, haven't been thrilled about it thus far. Anyway, it's 1st and 10 for the Giants offense with about 8 minutes left in the third quarter. Jameis Winston's done for the day. It's going to be Brandon Allen out there at quarterback under center in the I formation right now. Play action. He's looking, throwing over the middle of the field, and immediately picked off. He was throwing, looking for Odell Beckham Jr., absolutely forced it, and it looked like he was playing catch with the linebacker in the middle of the field. He threw it right to him. Had he waited for the next window, Odell would have been open, but he basically threw that right to the linebacker. It was like playing catch. Terrible throw there. Giants defense back on the field. Sorry, Brandon Allen, but that was awful. That was dog shit. All right, Wentz, play action, dropping back. Flag on the play, flips it out to the flat, completion. Not quick enough close out there, so he's going to gain about 7 yards. Jack Kelly makes a stop, but again, flag on the play. Let's see. Bobby Jamison Travis out there at defensive tackle. Looks like Darius Alexander's out of the lineup, but BJT lining up at the nose tackle spot. I'm curious to keep an eye on him. 2nd and 3. Guess they picked up the flag. Wentz under center. He's going to hand it off. Couple of missed tackles. Running back gets to the edge, picks up the first down. 6th-round rookie out of Wake Forest is the running back. It's Claiborne. Outside zone run, missed tackle, missed tackle. I'm not sure who the linebacker was that went flopping on the ground like a fish, but terrible play there. We're officially looking at the backups, guys. 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line is Carson Wentz under center. He's going to hand it off here. This is a great play, though, by the Giants' run defense to swallow up the running back at the line of scrimmage. Art Green off the edge helping out with, who was it? Number 46, 48. Not familiar. But a good stop there by the Giants' defensive tackles. Yeah, Anthony, I would have liked to see Jameis Winston finish the quarter, but it's going to be Brandon Allen from here on out, which means I might have to turn off the fourth quarter, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know if I can make it through the whole Brandon Allen quarter. 2nd and 10, though, for the Vikings offense from the Giants' 11-yard line. Wentz is in the shotgun, drops back to pass. He's going to flip a screen, and it's incomplete, nearly picked off by the defensive tackle. I believe that's Tupou. Who's number 90? Great play there, though. Leaky Fotu with the pass breakup. Apologies, had to go on mute. I had to take a quote from Jackson Dart here. Incompletion, but flag on the play. Yeah, Willie Banks is done for the day. All right, so on that short run, again, apologies for going on mute. I had to. I don't want to overwhelm you guys with my typing, but a great run stop there at the line of scrimmage by number 33, which is Caleb Murphy, outside linebacker. But second and goal for the Vikings offense. Wentz under center, hands off, and he's again going to get stopped by the line of scrimmage. Jack Kelly cleaning it up, making the tackle, but it was also who's the defensive tackle that made the play? I think it was BJT. It was DJ Davidson. This is really all the defensive tackles did their job there, and Jack Kelly came over on the side and cleaned it up. Great play by Jack Kelly. He's looking really good today. A sixth-round rookie for the New York Giants. Goal line defense looking good today. Adebo's not playing today, Willie. He's banged up with an injury. Timeout by the Vikings. They weren't going to get the play off in time with the play clock winding down. So third and goal, they're taking a timeout. Giants are up 10-6 with 4:13 left in the third. Jack Kelly's looked really good at the linebacker spot. Brandon Allen looked really bad at the quarterback spot. That's your summary, Sam. See what else we get, though. Eager to get back on offense. See some more Odell. Third and goal from the 2-yard line for the Vikings offense. They've got Wentz in the shotgun, man in motion. He's changing something at the line of scrimmage. Wentz takes the snap, drops back. He's looking, he's holding it, he's throwing to the back of the end zone. Incomplete. Great coverage there, but a flag on the play. They're going to get Art Green, I believe, for a hold or a pass interference. Yeah, pass interference on Art Green. He held on to him the whole route, so. So that makes it first and goal off of the penalty. Unfortunate. Wentz under center. He's going to make a quick goal line fade out. What a grab made. Touchdown. One-handed catch by the receiver. That's Price for the Minnesota Vikings. Over his shoulder, reels it in with one hand over Corey Black. That was a hell of a catch. Brian Price is an undrafted rookie free agent. Hell of a grab. I think they're checking to make sure he got both feet in, but ridiculous body control. Yes, certainly inbounds for the touchdown over Corey Black. My goodness, what a catch. That was dirty. That was one of the highlights of the game. That was sick. I don't know who that is, but if he gets cut, give him a look. He just pulled out an OBJ-esque grab in OBJ's return. Extra point up and good. It's 13-10 for the Minnesota Vikings, leading with 4:04 left in the third. Matt, unfortunately, I don't think Turbo can make the team. Too much competition in that running back room. Commercial break. Giants offense will be back out soon. Sure, Sanders threw a nice pass on 3rd and 13. Just seeing that highlight here. Scat took a couple of handoffs, gained some decent yardage. There was some good blocking on a couple of them. Had a nice stiff arm. He looked pretty good. He didn't really get a ton of run, though. Anthony says, thanks for calling the game. Much appreciated. Have a good weekend, everyone. Heading out, go Big Blue. Thanks for tuning in, man. Really do appreciate it. And it's my pleasure to call the game. So had a good time and hope you guys did too. And have a good weekend, man. Thanks, Willie. I appreciate you. It's been a great stream, guys. Winding out the rest of the third quarter, then we're going to make a decision. Probably not going to stream the fourth. Flying Portman, yes, we are live right now. Live play-by-play and reaction to the Giants preseason game versus the Minnesota Vikings. They're at commercial break, but they're about to come out of the break, and we're going to see Giants offense come back out. Haven't seen Bankston yet, Willie. (13-10) game. Vikings are leading. Back deep to return the kick are Xavier Gipson and Dante Turbo Miller. 4:04 left in the third. Kick is up and away, and it's going to be fielded by Turbo Miller, who's across the 20 and popped down around the 23, 24-yard line. Brings up 1st and 10 for the Giants O. First and 10, Brandon Allen's going to hand it off to Turbo Miller. He's going to dive forward for a short gain, maybe about 4 yards. And guess who's in the lineup right now? He's made his return. Number 73, the behemoth from Alabama, Evan Neal. Yes, Evan Neal is in the game. At right guard. 2nd and 6 for the New York Giants offense. Brandon Allen is in the shotgun at quarterback. Turbo Miller, the running back. And it's going to go to Turbo Miller on a handoff. He's going to fall into the middle of the pack and get tackled for a gain of none. Was Evan Neal on the ground there? Maybe not. Yes, the Giants did let them go 90 yards. Evan Neal at right guard. Allen at the shotgun here on 3rd and 5. Takes the snap, drops back, looking, scrambling under pressure, and sacked. Had nowhere to go. There was no chance on that play. It's good coverage. Falele got beat inside. Ugly. J.C. Davis, left tackle, got beat on the outside, and Falele got beat on the inside, leaving Brandon Allen literally nowhere to go. Jordan Stout punt is away. High booming punt from his own 4-yard line down to the 28. It's fielded, and this is a big return up to about the 45-yard line. Malachi Fields makes the tackle, though. He's had a hell of a day. Flag on the play, though. About a minute 45 left in the third quarter. We're probably going to wrap this up after the third. Giants offense is just dead now, completely stagnant. We're back in commercial break. Falele is huge, but he does not move well at all. Falele looked terrible there. Also looked like a miscommunication between him and J.C. Davis. On the stunt that the Vikings ran, Vikings love to run those stunts and twists on the defensive line. Giants offense did not look prepared for it. So if I had to give you guys my takeaways right now on some standout players, Malachi Fields is the player of the day for the New York Giants, in my opinion. And I think Jack Kelly might be number 2. Jack Kelly looked really good today. 2 rookies for the Giants having some big moments. Jack Kelly with a bunch of tackles around the line of scrimmage. Malachi Fields with some big-time receptions. Pretty good. Michael, I'll address this comment. Realize this is preseason, but where's the hope? I mean, listen, I've got a lot of hope in a lot of these players on this team. I'm definitely not acting hopeless. I think this team has looked pretty good. Like they're clearly still learning the offense, and they're clearly not comfortable yet in the offense. Malachi Fields looks like he could be a weapon for this offense. Looks like he could play some meaningful snaps and make an impact right away. Defensively, I think they had some good moments and some bad moments, but overall, I think it looked better than it did last year. So I think there's a lot to be hopeful about from today's game. It's only the first preseason game, and it is just preseason. I'm not crazy about what we've seen schematically from the offense yet, but it's early, and I know that they don't want to show all of their different wrinkles in the offense until they get to the regular season, so we'll see. First and 10. This is QB4 in for the Vikings now. I don't even know who this is. When we get down to QB4, guys, I don't know how much longer I can go. Little scrappy fight here. Who is this guy? Yeah, I would agree with this. Team hasn't gelled. Play well. Take care of that. Yeah, I don't think they've. I think that's the best way I would describe this. They don't look gelled together yet. I think that's exactly right. Like we have a few individual standout performances here and there, but generally speaking, it just looks like everybody's still learning. Looks like this whole team is still learning, and this is why, like, if you guys saw, there was some chatter online about, oh, the Giants should try and trade for Christian Gonzalez, and I was saying, listen, guys, nobody's more confident in Jackson Dart than me. Nobody's a bigger fan of him than me. Nobody's more confident in John Harbaugh than me. And I think the schedule has some favorable moments on it. And I think this team will be competitive this December, but this is going to be a work in progress season, I still think. I don't think could we go worse to first like the Patriots did? Yes. I think there are elements of this team that tell you they could be really good this year. But most likely, I think there's a lot of kinks to still work out. This is going to be a learning process. And I wouldn't make any big splashy moves like that for a Gonzalez or anything and sacrifice future capital until next year, personally. Like, I just think we need to evaluate this team and we need to see if they can gel this year, because this does look like a team that's very much still a work in progress, so to speak. But we'll see. Like I said, some good moments today, but a long ways to go. Still 2 more preseason games to go. But yeah, like you said, in a lot of ways, this is a brand new team. I completely agree with that. And I think they're still putting it together. Like that's the best way I can describe it. This is a team that's still being put together. 4th and 2, though. Punt is up and away. It's off to the right. It's going to be fielded by Xavier Gipson. He's going to walk it out of bounds at around the 23-yard line. Yeah, run defense certainly has room for improvement, I won't lie. But keep in mind, DJ Reader, Shelby Harris, top 2 run defenders, were not on the field today. Lo-Fi, I do hope they are a little more put together in Miami for sure. I'd like to see Odell score next week. I really wanted to see Odell score at MetLife today, but we'll see. J.C. Davis is the left tackle for the Giants. Falele is the left guard. Evan Neal is the right guard. Azudu is the right tackle. I can't tell who the center is. Apologies. Brandon Allen's under center. Takes the snap. He's going to hand off to Bankston. Willie will be happy. Bankston out there getting a rush. End of the 3rd quarter. I didn't see Odell Beckham Jr. out there on the field. So in this commercial break, I'm going to fit in one more Prize Picks read, guys. And then as the 4th quarter starts, I'm going to see if Odell is out there. And if he's not, I'm probably going to call it a stream. But you guys have me for probably another 5 to 10 minutes. All right, but let me first give a quick shout out to the sponsor of today's episode and live stream, which is Prize Picks. If you guys aren't playing on Prize Picks yet, it's America's #1 sports pick app. It is super easy to use. All you do, you find your favorite player stats, you pick more or less, and you build your lineup. They've got picks for everything. They've got it for Korean baseball, for MLB, for ping pong, for WNBA, for NFL season, for NFL game picks. They've got it all. So you can go on there and you can build a lineup. And what's really fun is all those different leagues that I mentioned. Let's say it's a Sunday night and there's NBA basketball on and there's also NFL football on. You can make picks with both sports. You can just mix and match. So if you think, hey, Jalen Brunson for more points and Jackson Dart for more passing yards, you can put those together in a lineup. So it's really fun and it's very interactive and very easy to play. And it's available in most states, including California, Texas, and Florida. Right now, if you sign up for Prize Picks with the link down below in the description box and using code HMA, you can play your first $5 lineup. And if you win that first $5 lineup, you'll get $150 in lineups. So it's a great sign-up bonus right there. Definitely check it out. The link down below in the description box. Use code HMA. Have fun, enjoy the games, and remember to always play responsibly. Lo-Fi, Darius Slayton did play. He didn't receive any targets. He kind of just went out there and ran a little bit of cardio. But he was out there for a couple drives or a couple snaps, maybe a couple drives actually. But he was out there for a little bit. How many games do I think Aaron Glenn is going to last? What a great question. 10? I don't believe in Aaron Glenn at all. I think he's a terrible coach. I think the Jets are picking top 5 without a shadow of a doubt. But I will say, though, that Garrett Wilson, he's pretty damn good, isn't he? He made a nice grab yesterday. He looked good. All right, Giants offense back on the field here. Doesn't look like we're getting any more Odell Beckham today. Brandon Allen under center. Play action, bootleg. He's going to flip it. It's going to be caught by Xavier Gipson, and he's going to make a man miss and gain about a yard. OBJ is out there. I didn't see him. I'll have to take another look. Sam, thanks for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Who are the offensive and defensive players of the game, Tony? Offense, for me, easily Malachi Fields. Yes, Odell is back on the field here on 3rd and 6. Offense, easily Malachi Fields. The touchdown grab was beautiful. He had another strong catch on a slant, and he had a nice block on a run play, which I didn't even highlight, but he did have a really good run block. Defensively, I would say Jack Kelly, probably my defensive player of the game. He's looked really good. Thanks for the question, super chat. Brandon Allen in the shotgun. 3rd and 6. Takes the snap. Drops back. He's going deep. And he throws another interception. Threw it into coverage. Double coverage, that is. Odell Beckham Jr. once again should have had a walk-in touchdown. He was streaking down the right sideline uncovered. Brandon Allen never looked at him, just threw it down the left sideline into double coverage and threw a pick. I'm going to say this, the Giants might have a quarterback 3 problem. Not that I hope we ever get to quarterback 3. I'd like to see Dart stay healthy, but Brandon Allen's made some really bad throws today. Not somebody that I think I'd be comfortable with taking the field during the regular season. Giants should honestly look to upgrade the QB3 spot. Terrible throw there. Terrible throw on his first pass of the game. And yeah, Odell Beckham Jr. had no safety help over top. Brandon Allen totally misread this. OBJ on the line of scrimmage. A beautiful release package. Beats the cornerback deep downfield. Ball goes the other direction. If you've got Jackson Dart in the lineup, though, that's a walk-in touchdown for Odell Beckham Jr. with no safety help. It was single high coverage. Safety played to the left boundary. Left the right boundary wide open. OBJ down the right boundary. Pass didn't go his way. Terrible interception. Awful. Once again, Giants broadcast doesn't know they're live, and they're basically just talking shit about Brandon Allen. Yeah, terrible throw there from Brandon Allen. My goodness. Not what you want to see, but it's QB3. Is what it is, I guess. Not good, though. But yeah, guys, I think after that one, after that doozy, but yeah. Sam, thank you so much for the 1,000 Jewels GOAT trophy. Thank you for the gift. Really do appreciate it. I'm going to appreciate your loyal viewership over all these years, and happy to see you back in these live streams. Happy to be doing these live streams once again. Interstellar Work saying, hey, Alex started watching during training camp. How long you been watching Giants football? This is actually Anthony, not Alex, but definitely happy to see you in here, Interstellar. If this is your first live stream with us, welcome, enjoy. I'm Anthony Rivardo. I'm the primary co-host of Fireside Giants. Alex is my co-host. He's not able to be here today. But yeah, I've been having a great time covering training camp. I don't think a lot of people cover training camp the way that I do, the daily practice reports and updates, but it's my favorite thing to do. I love doing it during the spring training. I did them as well during OTAs. I love doing them during training camp as well. But really appreciate your viewership. And I've been watching Giants football since 2008 when I was 6 years old. I was born in 2001, turned 7 that year, but my first memory watching Giants football was actually watching them win Super Bowl 42 over the undefeated New England Patriots. So pretty good way to start out. Peaked in 2011-12, and it's all been downhill from there. But yeah, so I've been watching Giants football for 18 years. Diehard Giants fan. I've been doing this show, though, for about 7 years, maybe 8, 7 years now. But yeah. Maximus saying, I like this channel. I like Diggy's channel. Diggy is awesome. Big fan of his. He's been on the channel a few times. I think he's a great creator. Also, big shout out to Big Dash. I'm a big fan of him. Shout out to Bad Dog Sports. Shout out to Chris the Entertainer talking sports. NYGFL, thank you. 250 Joules MVP. Appreciate the gift. You guys are being very generous. Thank you so much. NYGFL, if you're going to be at that game on Saturday, you better let me know. Maximus been a Giants fan since '88. Super Bowl every decade. Gotta love it. Hopefully we keep that going. Honestly, dude, I'll take Will Levis over Brandon Allen. Agreed. And the tape doesn't lie. Odell looked good today. The ball just didn't go his way. He should have had more than one touchdown. All-time favorite running back, I want to say it's probably Brandon Jacobs. He used to just run through people, and I used to love the touchdown celebration he would do, where he'd grab his face mask and wind it up, whatever that was. It was awesome. So probably Brandon Jacobs. Thank you, Willie. I mean, you don't understand. It just means a lot to me. You know, comments like this, I love it. So have to say, me being a Giants fan for 58 years, nobody covers as well as you, Carl Banks, and Dash. Just to be mentioned in the same sentence as a legend like Carl Banks, I mean, it's incredible. Thank you, Willie. I really appreciate it. Interstellar Work. LMAO, I was born in 02. My first memory is the 2011 Super Bowl. Do you guys stream the regular season games together? Well, we're around the same age. It's pretty cool. 2011 Super Bowl, I remember that whole season. I'm like an encyclopedia for that season. You ask me any question about that season, I probably have an answer. I remember every single game. Like that was when I was really peaking as a Giants fan getting into it. So I remember that one for sure. Yes, we do stream regular season games together. We did a few last year. We didn't do all of them. We're not going to do all of them this year, most likely, but we will do a good handful of them. So definitely come back and tune in. I'll be live with Alex for a handful of those regular season games for sure. Can't wait for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Sam, we did not have a joint practice before this game, but we will have a joint practice before this upcoming Saturday week 2 preseason game. We're going to have a Thursday joint practice at 9:30 in the morning down in Fort Lauderdale, and I will be there for it. Hope to see you there, my friend. Yeah, Odell looked really good. Jacobs versus Ray Lewis, what a battle. Brandon Allen needs to be investigated. I think there's something going on with his prize picks. Yeah, agreed. Odell looked really fluid, looked good. He got open. Just the ball didn't go his way. All right, so Johnny Hecker's about to punt the ball away from the Minnesota Vikings back to the New York Giants offense. I'm going to give this last drive a look because I really want to see Dominic Zavada kick the ball, and he hasn't had the chance. So I'm going to try and see what goes on here, but 12:20 left. I'm going to take a peek at this next drive, and I think that's probably going to be it for me. Yeah, Mike Ross, bring back Tommy Cutlets, man. If he gets cut, sign him. Pick him up off the waiver wire for sure. Cambry actually had a really nice tackle on special teams. He looked great. So, official CJ2K. Can't wait to face y'all. Cam Ward is about to carve y'all up. Thank you for Dable. You're welcome for Dable. He's going to prevent Cam Ward from carving people up. I'm sorry to break that to you. You'll learn soon enough, man. You'll learn. But anyway, I can't wait to face you guys too. And I will be live for that game for sure. So definitely tune in. That'll be a fun one. Will, your favorite running backs, Otis Anderson and Joe Morris. I don't know if you saw it. It didn't get a ton of viewership, but last month I actually interviewed Otis Anderson on the channel. So go onto the channel, search Otis Anderson or OJ Anderson, and you'll find an interview that I did with him last month. Rodney Hampton. I also have a special place in my heart for him because my older cousin passed down a jersey from a Rodney Hampton jersey for me. All-time favorite safety, Antrell Roll. Landon Collins, number 2, but Antrell Roll. Yeah. Will, you saw the interview? Hope you enjoyed. It's cool. I got an email from his team. They were like, hey, do you want to interview him? I'm like, absolutely. A legend, Giants legend. I actually got a signed Otis Anderson helmet right there. I got a lot of stuff hanging on my walls. I've been hanging more stuff this week. Thank you, Willie. Official CJ2K trying to talk shit about Jackson Dart right now. He threw a touchdown pass today that's better than any throw Cam Ward had in his preseason game. That's all right, though. Well, it all gets settled in the regular season. Week 3, we'll get our answers. Who the hell is that at fullback right now for the Giants? This guy is massive. Finley. Handoff is to Bankston. Finley didn't do much. Loss of a yard. NYGFL, I actually just bought a frame, and I'm hanging the poster today or tomorrow. So I needed to get new frames, and I needed to clear some space first. I've got just off camera over here, I've got like a horde of things that I'm sorting through, and I have your poster there, and it's about to get hung and framed over on that wall over there. I didn't call him Jackson Fart Maximus. The guy who commented did. The Titans fan did. But yeah, that's pretty immature. Bankston with a run to the outside. It's going to be 3rd and long again. Today I hung a Mission Impossible poster. And I just hung my diploma, so it's not behind me anymore. It's up here. And I got a couple more movie posters I'm going to hang. This is going to be my movie wall. This is my sports wall. As you guys know, if you've been tuned in for a while, those are my 2 passions. Sports and movies. But yeah, NYGFL, I love the poster. I think it's just awesome. Appreciate it a ton. And I'm excited to hang it right over there. It's going to be actually next to Eli Manning in the Super Bowl, 42. Next to him is going to be Plaxico for the win. But yeah, doing some additional decorating of this office. I re-upped my lease for another year, so I figured why not hang the rest of this stuff? I didn't know if I was going to re-up, so I didn't hang this stuff. I was like, well, if I move again, I have to just take it all down. But I'll be here another year, so I'm hanging it all up now. What's my favorite movie? It's The Nice Guys, starring Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe. Goodfellas is it's kind of a 1A, 1B situation. The Nice Guys and Goodfellas. Very different movies, but did I see the new Spidey movie? I've seen it 3 times. I love it. Thought it was fantastic. Blew me away. But yeah, I could talk movies all day. I just did a almost 3-hour live stream about the Giants. I could do a 3-hour live stream about movies for sure. I could talk about Spider-Man for 3 hours. Yeah, I love The Nice Guys. I've seen that movie 15 times. Giants offense is punting again. So there was nothing notable on that drive. Stout's punt is booming, though, from his own end zone to the 25. Muffed punt. Across the 30 and brought down around the 35. Yeah, that was a 75-yard punt. That was sick. Mike is Is Tom Holland the best Spider-Man? I think it's a great question. I think after this movie, you can certainly make the argument that he is, but he also has the advantage of having been in so many movies. We only got 2 Andrew Garfield movies, and we only got 3 Tobey Maguire movies, not including the fact that they both appeared in No Way Home. But then Tom Holland he's now had 4 solo movies, plus he appeared in a Captain America movie. He appeared in 2 Avengers movies. So he's been in so much more. I love Tom Holland, the Spider-Man, but I do think he's the best Spider-Man, but he's had so much more time to be on the screen and develop. So, but if you go based on his first trilogy versus Tobey's trilogy, Tobey was the better Spider-Man. But now that we've developed him to the point where he is Spider-Man and not Iron Man Jr., now I think he is the best Spider-Man, and he's a great actor. I love Tom Holland. My favorite superhero, my big 3 is Batman, Spider-Man, and Superman. But I think Spider-Man's probably my favorite. Batman's probably number 2. Superman's number 3. And then I don't like the TV show, but I love the Moon Knight comics. I'm a huge fan of Moon Knight written. Just the TV show I didn't like at all. Yeah, Into the Spider-Verse was excellent, Maximus. Can I give grades to each offense and defensive units, Tony? Sam, I'm going to go a B- for both. Cap, Falk, and Nightwing. Nightwing's a great pick. I love Nightwing. The Batman Arkham video games, that's my favorite superhero content ever. Love the MCU. Love the new Superman movie. Love the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. My favorite superhero content. I love comic books. My favorite superhero content is the Batman Arkham video games. No love for Silver Surfer. I have some love for Silver Surfer, but I wasn't ever really a big Fantastic Four reader growing up. I've read some of their stuff, but I just never really dove into Silver Surfer. I loved the Rise of the Silver Surfer movie when I was a kid, but rewatching it as an adult, it's not all that great. But he's a cool character. Yours is Wolverine, Thor, Hulk, and Batman. Those are great picks. Yeah, Fireplace, me too. I've played all the Arkham games multiple times. Except for Origins. I think I played it once, and they haven't remastered it, unfortunately. But I would love to play Origins again, but I can't now. Marvel is leaving money on the table, not doing more video games. Totally agreed. So is DC. Arkham City is definitely the best of 3 games. Arkham Knight might have the best gameplay, but the city and story, you can't beat it. It is one of the best Batman stories ever. Arkham Asylum was good too. It was the one that started it also. Yeah, Origins wasn't by Rocksteady, but I would like to replay it. North Star J just joined. How are you feeling about Odell? Love the route running speed, but there could be some things I missed. No, I think his route running and speed looked really good. I just think they got to actually throw him the football. He was open more times than once and completely missed. So they got to do a better job getting him the ball, but he looked good to me. See, I'll disagree with you, NYGFL. I think that being a superhero is more based on your willingness to be super and heroic rather than having the powers. But I get it. But I love the rich guys with tech. They're my favorite heroes. I like Iron Man a lot too. Yeah, I wish Tommy Cutlets was still on this team. I think they're still learning the scheme. As we were kind of discussing earlier, the team is still gelling, and they don't look like they've learned the schemes yet, and they don't look like they're ready yet. But it's preseason, but they look like they're still putting it together. Agreed with this. We just got a new Cyclops announced and casting yesterday, though. It was pretty exciting. Watchmen, that's a good superhero movie. I haven't seen that in years, though. I need to rewatch that. Yeah, I agree. Odell looks good. Odell looks like he can make this team. He looked like one of the better receivers on this roster today. Malachi Fields looked the best, though. I was really impressed with him. But yeah, guys, now that we've gotten through another stinky Giants offensive drive, I do think I'm going to wrap this one up. I got to walk the puppy. He's been a menace since I let him out of here. So I am going to have to wrap up the stream now. But just want to say big thank you to everybody who did tune in. I appreciate it more than you know. I hope you guys had fun and enjoyed the play-by-play and live reactions. We'll be back at it for the third preseason game next week. I will be at the game down here in South Florida, so I won't be live on the channel. But nevertheless, you can, of course, follow along with all my Giants coverage here on this YouTube channel. So definitely subscribe if you're new. You can follow along with me as well on Instagram at Anthony_Rivardo and at Fireside Giants. Same handles as well on Twitter. Follow along with me there. Definitely tune in for Giants coverage, daily posts, daily updates, everything. So definitely tune in to all of those channels. But appreciate everybody tuning in. Leave a like if you enjoyed the stream on your way out of here. Helps the channel out tremendously. Subscribe if you enjoyed. And definitely comment your thoughts down below if you're watching the replay. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. I'll catch you all on the next one. Have a good one. And let's go New York Giants.